So I'm making this video myself on my lunch break today. It's Thursday, it's day 4 of the Teaching Lexically summer school, and I'm working on the advanced language and culture course today. I'm actually recording this video in a little Vietnamese restaurant on Holloway Road, just a few minutes from where we run our summer school courses. And a Vietnamese restaurant is a good place to be recording this particular video because there's quite a large Vietnamese community in London, many of whom arrived here in the 70s as what was called Vietnamese boat people fleeing the civil war in Vietnam. And this afternoon in the Advanced Language and Culture course, we're going to be talking about the kind of history of immigration and multiculturalism in the UK, both the many benefits that I think immigration and multiculturalism has resulted in, as well as some of the problems that have arisen as a result of all of these kind of things. This morning we actually did a walk around Soho, which is probably the square mile I've spent the greatest proportion of time in my life since I was a kid. And it's still one of my very, very favourite areas of London. It's right in the heart of London. And the history of Soho is intimately connected to immigration. In the 1680s and 1690s, French Huguenots fleeing persecution and sectarian violence in France ended up living in that area. It became known as the French Quarter. And since then, there's been successive waves of immigrants into Soho, particularly the Italian community, who've really been arriving there ever since the 1850s, 1860s, and making the area the sort of fascinating cultural melting pot that it is today. Soho's also home to the gay village centred around Old Compton Street. And one of the things we were talking about this morning was the terrorist attacks in 1999 by a white neo-Nazi called David Copeland, who planted a bomb in Brixton, in the Afro-Caribbean, predominantly Afro-Caribbean market that we visited on Tuesday, and who also planted a fatal nail bomb in the Admiral Duncan pub in Old Compton Street. So targeting, the black community, also targeting the Muslim community in East London in Brick Lane, and targeting the gay community in Old Compton Street. And we talked about the way that it helped people in London recognise that there was a kind of common enemy who was opposed to liberalism and multiculturalism, and who were prepared to use violence to achieve, the goals of fighting against those things and disrupting those things. So that's a little video talking about what we're going to be looking at today. I'm hoping that my Vietnamese noodles will arrive in a minute and I can have my lunch before I have to go and teach. So thank you for watching.